If you ever wondered how the hell Dragon Ball stayed at the top of the weekly Shonen Jump until the very end, we have the answer. Yu Kondo, who served as series editor for the Freezer and Cell sagas, let out several secrets on the Japanese podcast Kaso Kaso about his experience working with Akira Toriyama and how they managed to keep the series from ever losing its crown. In the talk, which also included legendary editors Kazuhiko Torishima and Feudo Takeda, Kondo revealed that when he first joined Shonen Jump, he almost threw in the towel. The reason? The environment was super rigid with almost military-like rules. But just when he was thinking of leaving, Torishima put him in charge of Dragon Ball, precisely because he had little experience and a different mentality than the veterans of the publishing house. The problem is that no one explained to him how to do his job. They literally just told him to make sure the chapters came out on time and to buy a fax machine. With that level of instructions, anyone would think he was destined for failure. But Kondo set a personal goal for himself, which he never told anyone, not even Torishima, to keep Dragon Ball as the most popular manga in Weekly Shonen Jump. And he succeeded. During his time as editor, Dragon Ball had to compete with Slam Dunk and Yu Yu Hakusho, two titans of the time, but it never lost the first place in the magazine. From the beginning of the Freezer saga until the end of the story on May 23, 1995, Toriyama's series was #1. The funny thing is that Kondo never cared about what the public thought. His only criteria for approving a chapter was simple. If I read it and didn't feel anything strange, then it was ready for publication. In the interview, the editor explained, Kondo recalls that when he first joined Shonen Jump, he seriously considered quitting. He felt the atmosphere was too rigid, almost military. Soon after, he was assigned to Dragon Ball without any preparation or clear instructions on what he was supposed to do. Each week, his only task was to make sure the series went out as scheduled, although all the time he felt he was completely out of his depth. Around September, during a meeting, he realized that there was at least one thing he could hold on to. He would do everything he could to keep Dragon Ball at the top of the popularity rankings. It was the only goal he really set for himself, although he never told anyone, not even Torishima. At the time, there were other very strong series like Slam Dunk and Yu Yu Hakusho that could have overtaken Dragon Ball, but Toriyama's work stayed on top until the very end. Looking back, everyone agrees that the credit did not go to the publishers, but to the incredible strength of Toriyama's work. When Kondo became editor-in-chief, he didn't even have time to think about how the public would react. He relied solely on his instinct. If he read a chapter and didn't feel anything strange, then it was ready for publication. In the end, all the editors agreed on one thing. Dragon Ball's success was not because of editorial strategies, but because of Akira Toriyama's monstrous talent. His story had a magic that meant that, although other great titles tried to compete, no one could take the throne away from him. Another proof that Toriyama was an absolute genius and that his legacy will live on for generations.